Welcome to Effective Communication Skills, Building Better Conversations. In this series, we explore how to transform the way you engage in conversations, whether with friends, colleagues, or in difficult situations. In the previous episode, we explored the fundamental question: what's your goal in a conversation? Are you trying to win, or are you trying to understand? We discussed how shifting your focus from winning to understanding can foster stronger relationships, build empathy, and create more meaningful connections. In this episode, we're taking the next step on this journey by focusing on attitude, shifting from a critical mindset to a curious one. We'll break down how these contrasting attitudes shape the way we think, behave, and engage with others in conversations. Now, let's use the common scenario we explored in the first episode. Think back to a time when you were in a heated discussion, maybe with a colleague, a friend, or even a family member. What was your main attitude? Were you focused on critiquing and defending your perspective, or were you genuinely curious about why the other person saw things differently? In a conventional discussion, the attitude is often critical and evaluative. We view the conversation as a chance to prove our point and defend our beliefs. This mindset creates an us versus them dynamic. Our focus in this process is on finding flaws in the other person's argument, anticipating and preparing counterarguments, and trying to prove why our perspective is superior. We concentrate on what's wrong with their viewpoint, dismissing its value rather than exploring its potential insights. This attitude and focus naturally influence how we behave in conversations. It often leads to behaviors like interrupting to make a point, dismissing alternative views without giving them proper consideration, and building counterarguments while the other person is still speaking. Instead of truly engaging, we may find ourselves speaking more than listening, often in a defensive or assertive tone. The result? Conversations become competitive rather than collaborative. Instead of fostering understanding, this approach creates frustration and resistance. Both participants often walk away feeling unheard, disconnected, and even more entrenched in their own perspectives. In a dialogue, the attitude is curious and open. We enter the conversation with the intent to explore and learn, valuing the other person's perspective as much as our own. Here, we focus on uncovering new insights. We aim to learn from the other person's perspective. We explore the reasons behind their viewpoint to build empathy, and we challenge our own beliefs to grow and see things in a new light. With this mindset, the behavior shifts significantly. It inspires active listening, where we listen carefully for their story without judgment, accepting what's said as true for the other person. We ask clarifying questions to deepen our understanding and respond thoughtfully, instead of reacting impulsively. This approach creates a space where both participants feel respected and valued, fostering a more meaningful exchange. The result is a collaborative environment that nurtures mutual understanding. It helps strengthen relationships and often leads to creative solutions or new insights that wouldn't have come up in a more confrontational discussion. To summarize, in a conventional discussion, the focus is on proving your point and winning the argument. The attitude is critical, looking for flaws in the other person's perspective. This leads to defensiveness, where both parties are more focused on defending their beliefs than understanding each other, creating a cycle of conflict with little room for growth or connection. In contrast, a dialogue focuses on understanding. The attitude shifts to curiosity, with a focus on learning from the other person and expanding one's perspective. This fosters active listening and reflection, creating a respectful space where both sides feel valued. The result is a more collaborative environment that strengthens relationships and uncovers new insights. In the next episode, we'll dive into mastering active listening. We'll explore how listening in a conversation is the key to meaningful dialogue and how it can transform the way we communicate.